Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin by giving all praises, glory, and honor which is due unto Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Kadash. As always, giving double honors to the apostles and elders of great Muslim rule well and lead the flock by example. And shalom to the elect of Yahweh Shai, the elect of Israel, who are listening and learning and growing in these last days, man. You know, and I wanted to speak on this. I'm gonna read this precept first, and I'm gonna speak on the lesson. This is Psalms 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Now, when you look at Esau and his power structure, you look at his governments, what's one thing that they always do? They always speak smooth things unto the people, you know? They speak, good things. They'll tell you, oh, well, we're going to give you tax breaks on this. We're going to do that for you. We're going to do that. We're going to make things easier, make things better. Okay? But, we know in the nature of the devil, because Esau, the Edomites are the devil. Okay? We're in the devil's power structure, if you will. Okay? We know that really he rules, his blessing was to what? Rule by the sword. So his ultimate agenda is war. Okay? He really wants it. And who's it a war on? Who's the enemy? Okay, our enemies, starting with Esau, okay, these heathen nations, starting with predominantly with Edom, being the number one enemy, man. Okay, we being who? Jacob, you so-called Negroes, Spanish, and Native Americans. So war is being waged on our people, okay, on the Israelites. Now, this week I did a course, okay. I was going too fast on the motorway. Okay, so, they put me into a course rather than giving me a fine and taking points off of my license, which, I should have been paying more attention. Okay, what they did is they gave me a course. Okay, that's what they do over here in the UK. They offer you a speed awareness course. Okay, what it's advertised as is meant to re-educate you on how the traffic system works and what you're meant to do and what you're not meant to do. Now, long story short, I was on this because I was speeding on the motorway, so I was on a motorway speeding course. It's like the big roads that connect the different cities, and it was a 3-hour course. And one of the things I remember is that they were discussing how a lot of the traffic issues and a lot of the accidents and things of that nature are basically down to human error. And that's really what they were drilling in and pushing in that 3 hours that we were on the course. And, one of the things they were talking about is smart motorways, which is basically variable speed rates and everything's all automized, right? And what I was thinking is, well, when they were talking about it, I was thinking about autonomous cars, okay, and smart motorways and autonomous cars, because, see, that's how Esau rules. The reason I read the scripture is because through chaos he brings order. So then he presents the chaos, and he drills into people's minds, okay, hey, look, this is the issue, this is what's happened, these are the crashes. How can we fix this? Autonomous cars, smart motorways. And what's the missing link? What's the missing piece to that? You. Okay, because ultimately what they want to do is they want to put the C-hip into people. Okay, Revelation 13. That's the MOTB prophecy. Okay, the Mark prophecy in Revelation 13 and 16 down to 17. Okay, and that's what they show you in these movies. They show you in movies like Upgrade. Okay, they show you in all these futuristic movies where they've got these autonomous cars, and an autonomous car is a self-driving car. Okay, and that's meant to basically stop accidents of that nature, and that's how they're going to present it. See, that's the devil. The devil's a deceiver. Okay, one of the ways he's going to present this C-hip is, okay, convenience and security. All right, but we know that war is in his heart. And as I was watching, I said, well, why do they even have the system in the first place? Why not just, wouldn't it make sense for them to just take money and fine people? Okay. But, there's another agenda at work here, man. So, it got me thinking, hey, that's what's coming to this place. That's what Esau's trying to push. I was typing autonomous cars in Google, right? I'm just going to flick through. It says, even after $100 billion, self-driving cars are going nowhere. So Esau's trying to push this. Modes of transportation, I trust more than Tesla's self-driving cars. Tesla's temporarily losing functions with removal of sensors. So they're trying to push, but there's a bit of pushback. Okay, software glitches. Because this is ultimately what Esau wants. Esau wants, this new world order, gridded structure, empire. But things are moving so quick. That's why we believe we're at the very end of this thing, man. Because, the way that the prophecies are moving, and as it is written, let's read a quick scripture. Okay, one of the reasons we know that this devil is pushing quick. In Revelation 12:12, it says what? Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And remember, Esau was let loose to rule for a little season. Okay? And he's been ruling roughly from about the 15th century, 14th, 15th century onwards, man. Okay? When Jake started to lose power, okay, in Europe. And eventually you had the takeover of the North American Indians, the tribes over there, the Hispanic tribes. You had the takeover over there in America. Okay, now so it was a takedown of our people. That's why we're still at war today. We're captives to this devil. Okay, but he knows he's got a short time, because why? There's signs in the heavens. There's more chariot signs. So-called UFOs. These prophecies are moving. So this devil is really trying to push his agenda. Okay, because they know the Lord's coming back. That's why the elites have got the bunkers. Okay, what's that in Revelation? Let's read that in Revelation. They know he's coming back. Why? This is what the scriptures say. Revelation chapter 6 verse 15. And the kings of the earth and the great men and the rich men. Who's the kings of the earth? The elites, the so-called international banking families. And the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. And they've got these massive underground bases and cities and drums. Okay. Where they got people, they got servants there. They got people that are serving them. Okay. They got captains, they're all of that, generals or whatever, reporting. It says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Yahushua. And he's bringing great wrath, man. Okay. So they know he's coming. That's why they're doing all these, space, weapons. The sixth branch of the U.S. Army, and there's different things that they're doing, different tests. Okay, because ultimately they know that the Lord's coming back now. So what is that prompting them to do? They're trying to push their New World Order agenda, man. Now, are they going to be fully able to implement that the way that they show you in post-apocalyptic movies, where everyone's all just on the manners? Okay, are they going to be able to get away with that? No. Okay, they're going to push for that, and there's going to be great chaos, because in order for them to bring their order, they have to bring chaos first, and we're in the chaos stage where they've been raising up chaos. Okay, now this is Job 20:23. It says, when he is about to fill his belly. What does that mean when he's about to fill his belly? When he's about to fulfill his agenda. Because when you fill your belly, you're satisfied, right? Just when he thinks he's done it, when he's satisfied, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Meaning what? That the Lord's going to bring the destruction, man. The thermonuclear destruction, the lasers from the chariots. That's what's coming to this place. Fire. That's how the Lord's taking this place out. Okay, he's taking this man's empire down. So he can push these things, but we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, as it is written, man. These smart cities, smart motorways, everything's smart. He's pushing it as a convenience. He's pushing it on people, and that's part of the deception that this devil's coming with. And in fact, I'm going to read that the main prophecy that we're waiting for. I'm going to keep this too long, because I'm in between work at the moment, but it was just on my spirit to speak on it. This is Revelation 13:16. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, three in bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. Now, what should you be thinking when you're thinking foreheads, right hand? John was the apostle was seeing these visions, okay, on the island of Patmos. Okay, and he was actually seeing people get the C hip, the mark, which the digital all, man. You know, we have to use code words. You have to understand what we're saying. Okay, if you've been watching, if you've been learning, and not taking this as entertainment. All right. We've been telling you, man, that this is the MOTB. This is the mark that we're warning you not to take, and rather to trust in Yahweh Bashmi Shai, trust in the Lord. So when he was seeing it, now what should come to mind? You got Tesla, you got Neuralink, okay. You got people in Sweden, Denmark, all around the world, all around the globe that are getting this thing, man. Okay, but what's this devil gonna do? This devil's gonna make it to a point where it's gonna be mandatory. It's gonna be you're either gonna have to take it or you're gonna be ousted from your society. You're not gonna be able to survive. Whereas we of the household of faith, we're gonna trust in Yahweh Shmi Shai through great miracles, okay, to look after us and have care for us, man. As it is written, He has care for His elect. It says that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So no transaction. You're not able to partake in this man's society, okay? Including what he wants is driving, okay? Well, you ain't going to be able to go and purchase petrol. So, you know, I mean, how long is your own supplies really going to last? Okay? How big is that tank going to really be? So we're trusting in the Lord, man. Okay, the devil's getting ready to shut this place down, and in every avenue, okay, he's pushing his agenda. And I just gave an example with this course that I went on. Okay, so hey, you know, this was just a quick one, and Lord willing, it was edifying and eye-opening. Okay, with that, man, I'm gonna say shalom to the elect. All praise to Yahweh Bashmi Shai Bashim Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles, elders, a great Muslim of well, and shalom to the elect.